So our agenda for today, let's see. What's a good way to do this? Okay, so I want to... First thing is I need to like 3D print a cup dryer. So I'll walk you through my process and how I like select out a part and how I like slice it. It'll be interesting for those people that like to tinker. So the great thing about having a 3D printer is just two aspects of it. One is like you could just design things that don't exist. I'm not quite comfortable doing that yet. I could do it, but it still takes me a while, and I had to like Google how to like do parts and stuff. But the other cool aspect of it is, let's say I need something silly like, so one of the issues I have right now, I've been drinking nice whiskeys, and it's my whiskey glass, and when I dry it, I just put it upside down. Even on a towel, the moisture never dries up on the inside. So I'm gonna make like a little, I want some sort of like cup dryer, just say 1 cup dryer. Now, such a product wouldn't really make sense commercially. Actually, let's give it a shot. So first of all, let's see if something exists like that. I just want to give you like the practical. So something like that does exist, but it's like huge. It's like $14, unlimited on space. So this doesn't actually work for me, even if I could order it from Amazon, because I can't order stuff. I wouldn't want this. I would want like a single version of that. So we already have a problem that a commercial product cannot solve, right? Let's see if something like this already exists, okay? Hey, what do you know? Someone has given us, yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, you see how cool that is. See how cool that is. And again, like, no supplier would want to make something like this because it's not commercially viable. Anyway, so point being, you cannot buy something like this. You just absolutely can't. And luckily for us, someone also had the same idea, and he modeled it for us. In fact, it's been out for 6 years. So let's download this and print this out. And now what this gives us is a 3D model. Okay, you don't have to pay for it. On the site, people just give these things to you for free. So this is just 3D model, right? However, every single printer that there exists, it doesn't know how to. And you need to like do like a custom. You need to send customized machine commands to this. So this is where this software comes in. So the things I need to configure here is like what quality do I want it? Do I need it to be? I want to do it fast. If I do it fast, if I print it fast, it's going to take 3 hours. Holy moly! Okay, let's do quality setting. That's gonna be like 4 hours then. Okay, 3.5 hours. Yeah, sure. Let's go for a quality setting. It also tells us how much it's going to cost us. This is going to cost us $1.50 in materials. But that's for PETG. I'm actually going to use PLA. Okay, $1.34 because PETG is a more premium grade of plastic, and I happen to have just swapped it out to the cheaper one, which prints easier. There's our printer, and we have some whiskey next to it. So starting to print is kind of tricky, because it's like that initial, like, I don't know, initial squirt, and it could get messy. It tries to purge it out, and it draws this perimeter, like this practice perimeter around it. So that came out a little bit messy. So what you saw me do is I just took off the globs, and the first layer has to go right. If the first layer fails, the rest of the print fails. So it's the one that we're most concerned about. It's also the one that it does the slowest. So right now it's actually going maybe half the speed it could actually print because it's trying its best to make a perfect first layer. If we could do the first layer perfectly, then it's going to speed up drastically and everything will be okay. So we just need to, in about, let's say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just make sure that everything's going okay. If it has failed, we just scrape it off and start over. So that's the reality of having a 3D printer. And this printer in particular, it's very, very reliable. I'll say 1 out of 10 prints like fail, like off the bat. And compared to the Ender 3, which I had, the cheaper one I had, that would fail like every other print. Continue on to the magic of 3D printing. It's crazy how you could do that, and you could buy something and assemble it yourself, and it takes up like just barely any space. That's 30-inch table. It only takes up 20 inches by 20 inches by 20 inches. And for this particular model, which is the best desktop model you could get, this one costs $800 shipped. Okay, and I admit that is on the pricey side, but consider that like just like 5 years ago, you had to pay maybe $6,000, $8,000 for like for something similar. For something that was objectively worse. So Flo, having a 3D printer is one of those things where you don't understand. It's like a completely new tool and you don't understand how useful it is until you get it. So I got it with the mindset of like, hey, it's only $200, it's going to teach me something new, and I have faith that it's going to expand my life in some way. And that has been the case. I have absolutely no regrets. I find myself like, when I first got it, I was just modeling, not only was I printing off like weird things, one-off things, I was also printing out like things I just designed, things that didn't exist at all. And so I did things for like my birds. I made like a bird house tube that was perfectly sized for my bird, and I also printed it out of like glow-in-the-dark material. So yeah, he's still using it, he sleeps in it, it's really freaking adorable. Other things I printed, also, okay, here's something random I printed out. So, going along with the whiskey, what was it? The whiskey theme, I got these little ice cube things. The problem is it takes me like a week to like use up this entire thing, and I don't know, I wanted a cover for it. So I designed the cover for it. There's ice on it, so if it's like, well, it actually snaps on. Right now it's just like crusted in ice. So yeah, it's been randomly useful. Now with that said, I don't use it as much anymore. It's just yeah, whenever I need something, now I have the habit of thinking, can I print it? And if so, I try print it before buying the thing exists. If you guys, okay, I truly mean this, okay? If you guys want anything, and I do mean anything 3D printed, well, anything that takes like under a couple days to print, please let me know. I will print it for you. Why? Because I literally have 17 rolls of filament that I will never get through. Almost done. That's freaking perfect. Oh my god, for $1.34. That is perfect. So all I need to do is wait for the bed, which is the surface is on, to cool down, and it will just pop out by itself. I've never had to use like a paint scraper. So we'll give that a shot in like 5 minutes. Yeah, so the filament has been left out in the open, and Seattle is kind of humid, so so it's a little bit stringy. You see those fine threads, but they'll break apart. Otherwise, this is a good print. Oh wow, David. If I use the finer nozzle, you could actually even see. Focus. Okay, it's not gonna focus. If I use a finer quality nozzle in a higher quality setting, you could actually see like the engraving on the side. But this is exactly what I wanted. A perfect one glass, low profile drying rack. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. There's even a little lip to it. So when the water drips, it won't like flow over. And this is, yeah, that's great. Screen bottom.